And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Ervin. Ervin and Curry, one-on-one. Ervin puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks. Joined with my man, Swervin, Ervin, Washington, here on a late night edition of Friday night edition. We're going to get it going, though. First day back from the All-Star break, obviously, right, Irv? Wild day of baseball. But some news kind of, I wouldn't say broke, but some interesting tidbits obviously have been trickling out about the trade deadline that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. And, first we hear yesterday on ESPN, Buster Olney comes out and says that, sources close to him, and obviously Buster Olney is well connected in Major League Baseball. He's been an insider writer for Major League Baseball for fucking basically since I was born. He comes out and says that sources close to him said that, the Yankees should be viewed as a legit threat to trade for Shohei Ohtani. It did come out on a day where there's no sports, so part of me just thinks it was bullshit just for fucking talking head purposes, so they had content for the day. And then today, St. Louis Dispatch reporter Derek Gold, who writes for the St. Louis Cardinals, is a beat writer for them, follows them around, says that, the Cardinals came out and said that they're going to be sellers at the deadline during All-Star break, right? He comes out and says today that the Cardinals are interested in trading for Logan Gilbert and that their core, so Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Nolan Gorman, and Jordan Walker, are off the table, will not be traded at all, those four. So basically the Cardinals are telling us one thing, they come out and say they're going to be sellers, but then they come out and say, well, anything with value, we're not really willing to trade. We'll trade Jordan Hicks and Giovanni Gallegos and Jordan Montgomery and like all these other dudes that fucking suck this year, which is basically why they suck. Like, so you're 11.5 back of first place. How serious are you? Is what this tells me. Like, dude, you're not serious about actually rebuilding it. Dude, you're 11.5 back. What the fuck are the Cardinals doing?
Well, all these years we thought there was a well-oiled, first-class, great organization, but now that all their pillars are gone, Albert Pujols included, Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright, they always had good starters, but now that all those big dogs are gone, now we're seeing that this team just got lucky and had dudes they could lean on for years and years and years, and now that those dudes are gone, this organization can't build for shit. You got two dudes that can get you a pretty good haul as far as trading them. Shit, if you can even look to trade some of your bullpen arms to get you some young talent, Hicks. What's the closer name? Gallegos? Whatever the fuck his name is.
My only thing with those two, Irv, and while they might get you a decent return, like both those dudes are having down years, so I don't know like what the return actually looks like, because for the most part, relief pitchers don't really get you like they get you like mid-level prospects, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're high. They are high leverage guys, so it could get
high
them a
leverage
little
guys that
return.
are both over 4.5 ERAs this year, though.
Yeah, but you never know. On the contender, they could be, like the change of scenery always does good or does a lot of good or a lot of bad for folks. So I just feel like The manager should have been fired. That dude had a fucking World Series roster and you're 11 games behind, 11 games behind first place. I don't know, Lord knows how much they're out of the wild card. I didn't even look that up. But it's just terrible management. Everybody need if I was the owner, I'm sitting down with the GM, the manager, and telling them if something didn't get better within the next week, well, it's not gonna get better. Yeah, they should have been fired, and they should have had a fucking whole fire sale.
Yep.
Trade Arenado, trade Goldsmith, um, maybe Gorman. No, you probably don't want to get rid of Gorman because he's part of that young core, but dude's been striking out more than a fucking ugly dude in the club at 2 a.m.
Well, this is the thing though, Irv, is like when I saw the Logan Gilbert thing, like the first thing that came to my mind was like, why the fuck would the Mariners trade Logan Gilbert? Like he's still under club control. But then I actually started thinking about it and I was like, well, the Mariners don't really have a big bat in their lineup outside of Julio Rodriguez. And like, if you could do a one and on the flip side, the Cardinals don't have a good pitcher. So like, if the Cardinals are willing to trade like a Jordan Walker or Nolan Gorman straight up for Logan Gilbert, I think that benefits both clubs, to be honest. Now, the problem with the Mariners is that they've already come out and said that they're going to shut Brian Wu down early because he's young. He hasn't pitched this many innings. And then Bryce Miller's on the IL right now. Obviously, Robbie Ray's out for the year. And then Marco Gonzalez is still on the IL. So losing Gilbert for them doesn't make any sense right now. Now, in the offseason, maybe they revisit this and maybe say, like, hey, this benefits both clubs. Like, let's swap Nolan Gorman for Logan Gilbert, right? But right now, it definitely doesn't benefit the Mariners, in my opinion. Now, as far as the Cardinals go, like, you trade Arenado and Goldschmidt, like, you can get a decent return back for both those guys. And that
it's gonna be like it'll be a reset more than a rebuild. You probably won't compete automatically next year, but that next year you'll probably be in the thick of things because you got to realize that division ain't that good.
Yeah.
And if the Cubs turn themselves into sellers, that means they're going to start. That means that basically they're rebuilding.
Yep.
So trading Stroman, Bellinger, we've been hearing inquiries about AL teams interested in Bellinger. Stroman might be the only ace available at the trade deadline. So they could be sellers too. We know the Reds are building. They could be building something fucking special. They could rule that division for the next 5 to 10 years if they just need to add some pitching. If they get any reverence, any type of consistent pitching, they're going to be one of the best teams in the National League with that lineup if they continue to hit the way they're going to hit.
Yeah.
And we all know Ellie is pretty much a superstar. He's not. If he was going to cool down or go back to like, okay, he was like, had a great start for a rookie, but bro is doing something we ain't seen since 1920.
Well, I think you got to look at the Pirates, too. I think the Pirates are building something nice, too.
Yeah, the Pirates are building something nice, too, but they got to be able to build something around Keith Ryan Hayes, O'Neal Cruz, because their bats out, because O'Neal Cruz is hurt, but their bats outside of those top three. Bay is coming along, but they're just too inconsistent runners in scoring position. I know sometimes it's bad luck because they hit the ball real hard, but it's always at someone.
Well, Janowski's nice. He's a pillar.
Yeah, but he's a strikeout. He's like a strikeout home run type of guy. He needs some more consistency.
And then Tamar Johnson's coming up too. That's another bopper.
Yeah, but they got a hell of a farm system. The Reds have a hell of a farm system. So basically, if the Cardinals don't do something in the next 2 or 3 years, they could literally be cellar dwellers in this division because the Brewers, they just need bats. They got the pitching. Well, for the most part, some of their starting pitching is suspect, but they got the bullpen for the most part with Williams, but they got to, in between, they got to find a bridge. But I think the Cardinals got some rough decisions to make, man, because as constructed with that manager, they're not going to be shit.
Yeah, no, I think he's gone at the end of the year. They should have done it earlier, but I think the Cubs.
I don't know how this dude got hired over Yadier Molina.
He was already the manager last year, though. That's a problem. Like,
yeah, I know, but if one of your best players ever came out and said that this dude is pretty much a piece of shit, and he tries to embarrass dudes at the clubhouse in front of other grown ass men.
Oh yeah, the Tyler O'Neill thing, like the fact they publicly came out and like ridiculed him and shit. Like, I mean, we talked about this when it happened in the first week of the season. We are like, dude, this is just
Locker room's
unprofessional.
gone. They don't trust this dude,
Yeah,
and he's not gonna get the trust back. Clearly,
and I think the problem for the Cardinals too is like, you know, you were talking about the Cubs, and like the Cubs have a lot of good young pieces. Like they're obviously not going to trade Nico Horner or Christopher Morel or Justin Steele, but they can trade Marcus Stroman for pieces to kind of just add to that core, Bellinger to add to that core, and next year they're right back in the thick of things. This is kind of what we saw from the Cubs the year in 2013, the year before they won the World Series, when they traded Aroldis Chapman, and then they traded Aroldis Chapman, and then they kind of reset.
No, they traded. No, they traded for him the year they won the World Series. They won it in 2016.
That's right. They traded for Aroldis Chapman, but the year before that,
the year before that, they
traded
offloaded. I think Lester,
John Lester.
And,
they traded him for Addison Russell.
Yeah, so they made some key moves, and like you said, the next year they won the World Series.
Yep, and
they got rid of the curse of the Billy Goat.
And then obviously we talked about the Reds and the Pirates. So if you're the Cardinals, you're looking at this like, okay, well, we got Paul Goldschmidt who's 36, Nolan Arenado's on the wrong side of 30. We're paying these guys fucking combined like almost $100 million, dude. Like, we could trade these guys, get something for them. It also resets our salary, our salary cap, and we can go out and spend money elsewhere. Plus, we got more depth with what we trade for. So, I mean, to me, it's like, to come out and say like these guys are unavailable is not good business, in my opinion. Like, okay, you want to trade these other guys, Jordan Hicks, Giovanni Gallegos, Jordan Montgomery. You're not going to get great returns for these guys. It's not going to be game changing. And like, these guys aren't getting paid a ton either. So it's not like you're clearing salary off your books. You're basically just, I don't know, dude. The Cardinals are just, it's just weird to me, man. And then the Angels, right? Hearing that Ohtani, they're listening to offers on Ohtani, and obviously we've talked about Artie Moreno a fucking shit ton, and how inept he is as a fucking owner. Like, I don't know what the fuck the Angels are gonna do, but I keep seeing Ohtani's body language, and like, he clearly is fucking over it, dude. Like, he is over losing, bro. The Angels lose tonight. They're now 8 games back of the division. They're way back of the Wild. Like, they don't have a chance, dude.
Yeah, dumbass error just cost them a game. The Astros scored a run. It was 1 out. It was runners on first and second. Dudes hits. It was a routine play. You're a fucking major leaguer. He hit it to the third baseman, flips off his glove, and the fucking Astros go on to score like 4 or 5 runs in that inning, where the Angels should have left that inning with a 2-1 lead. So, and it's crazy because no matter how good Shohei is, one mistake in the whole game, whether he's pitching or hitting, it goes to shit. Like, their margin of error is pretty much is this slim with just Shohei and no Trout. And even when they had Trout is having one of his worst years as a major league player. So
someone's on our chat saying some crazy stuff. Ervin is hot as hell. What's his socials, Irv?
Wait, I don't know who I can't trust. Nobody giving me a YouTube compliment. I'm good.
They said, where's Aaron? I needed the boy himself.
Thanks for the compliment, though.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you. Sorry, I was like, hold on, we got a hella comments, dude. What the fuck? And it's very interesting. All right, we love y'all, man. We love y'all. Hey, subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to the Twitch, hit the button, lock us up, lock us in. We appreciate y'all. All right, Irv, let's go over some games for tomorrow, man. Lot of trade talk. We'll be talking more on Sunday about a lot of this, because if the Angels if on Sunday they get swept, I mean, we're going to be having a very interesting conversation about Shohei. A lot more interesting than right now. So we'll see what happens. All right, the first game we got is the Guardians and the Rangers tomorrow. So Guardians led today. They led 4-2 and ended up losing 12-4. I just keep sitting here. I'm like, dude, at some point this Rangers team's gonna regress. Kind of saw it at the end of the first half. In the second half, they come out, they're losing. I was like, okay, this is kind of what I expected. You know, I didn't bet the game, but I wasn't surprised that they were losing, and then they just go on a fucking run, end up scoring 10 unanswered. What's your thoughts about this game tomorrow? We got Gavin Williams against Andrew Heaney. So Gavin Williams, 4.01 ERA on the year, 1-1 on the season, 1.09 WHIP going against Andrew Heaney, 4.71 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. What do you think here?
Gavin is a rookie, but he has damn good stuff.
He does.
So I just want to see him pitch a complete game. And I know against a lineup like this, being a rookie, you might have their number for maybe once or twice through the lineup, but I think they might figure him out if they let him go. Because I think he usually goes like 4 or 5 innings. So if he could put together a pretty good start, maybe give up a run or two, I don't expect him to shut this lineup down, even though he has the stuff to do it. It's just this lineup is just pretty damn good. Even though they didn't hit like they were supposed to today. Usually when they get blanked or don't score a lot of runs, the next game they fucking rake. So we got to be on the lookout for that. This could be a good spot for the Rangers, honestly, with a rookie on the mound and them getting beat like they got beat today. But Andrew Heaney, man, that dude is all or nothing. And when it's nothing, it's bad. And even though the Cleveland struggles against lefties, they have been better as of late, a little bit better. They haven't been like dirt poor. But I don't know, man. Andrew Heaney might pitch a gem tomorrow because, you know, this lineup is not good against lefties. But shout out to the two brothers. They hit home runs tonight.
Yeah. And while the Guardians aren't great against lefties, they've been better in the last month against lefties. Yeah. And a lot of that's when they called up Bo Naylor, Josh Naylor's brother. They've been a lot better offensively. As far as Andrew Heaney goes, I mean, this guy sucks, dude. Like,
oh, yeah, I got to get a fucking IPA for Sunday. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't you that said they wasn't brothers. It was my dumbass big brother.
Who?
My brother Chris. We was playing MLB The Show, and I was hitting with Josh, and I'm like, wait a minute, ain't that Bo Naylor little brother? He played for the Indians too? And he said, no, they ain't brothers. I'm like, damn. I thought it was you.
Bo Naylor is Josh Naylor's little brother.
Okay, Bo Naylor is the little brother. Josh is the big brother.
Josh is the big brother.
And then they just got another brother just drafted. So whatever those parents did, they did it right.
And he's a little brother.
I know. And they say he might be better than both of them.
Yep. You know, Gavin Williams has good stuff. His advanced numbers aren't very good, and they do show that he's actually could regress more, but it's tough to tell because I mean, like again, like he's only made 4 starts, right? So we'll see. And like he doesn't let a lot of guys on base. He only has a 239 BABIP. His biggest issue is he's started 4 games. He has 4 home runs, right? 24 innings, 4 home runs given up. That's a lot of home runs. That's the most concerning part. However, Andrew Heaney, dude, this guy, I mean, he has not been good. Against the Nationals, gave up 7 earned runs.
Yeah, bro.
Pitched well against the Astros, but then against Detroit, 6 earned. White Sox, 2 earned. I mean, this guy, like, it's just, you never know what you're going to get from him. 73% left on base percentage, 283 BABIP. He has a pretty high home run rate, too. He's given up almost 2 home runs per 9 innings as well.
Yeah, see, with him, it's all about that slider. If that slider is working, dude might be damn near unhittable. But if that slider ain't getting strikes or swings and misses, and he has to depend on that fastball, that shit gonna get rocked like a Baptist church on Sunday.
Yeah, he doesn't have the velocity. He is good. He is good against lefties though, only giving up a 156 average. So if you think about the Guardians lineup, Steven Kwan's a lefty, Josh Naylor's a lefty, Jose Ramirez obviously a switch hitter. So, but on the flip side too, at home he has a 5.29 ERA.
Damn, is Bo Naylor a switch hitter too, or he lefty?
Nah, he's a Bo. I think is a. I don't know. I think he hits right, dude. I don't know off the top of my head. We need to look it up. Bo Naylor. It'll tell us. I'm pretty sure he bats. Nah, I think he bats left, dude.
Yeah, I think he's a lefty because
he bats
I remember
left.
hitting with him on the show. Yeah, he's a lefty.
But I think he's actually hitting lefties really well. Let me see here.
Yeah, bats left, throws right.
It's crazy. The little brother bats right. He's the only right-handed batter. Let me see. I want to see Bo Naylor's splits. Bo Naylor. Bo Naylor. Let's see what we got here. Because Cleveland's offense has been a lot better since Bo Naylor got called up. He's really revitalized that lineup. And also Gavin Williams, the other rookie that they have, the right-handed hitter, he's been really good too. What the fuck is God, his name's fucking slipping my mind. Gavin what's his name, Irv?
For the pitcher or the hitter?
No, the hitter. The other rookie, man, he plays right field.
For the Indians? What the fuck? The Guardians?
Yeah. Oh, Will Brennan. Sorry, Will Brennan. His name not even close to Gavin. Oh shit. All right. So Bo Naylor, let's see, against left-handed hitters. Bo Naylor is hitting 400 in 5 at-bats, so he doesn't have a ton of at-bats. But he is hitting lefties pretty well. Will Brennan not hitting lefties well. 156 average. Andres Jimenez is rocking lefties. Ahmad Rosario's rocking lefties. I think that's good. Ahmad Rosario and Andres Jimenez, too. If you recall from last year, they started off hella slow and then really picked it up the second half of the year, which helped the Guardians' resurgence. So I'm expecting a little bit more of that to kind of happen this year as well. I don't know, Irv. I think for the price of this game here today,
gotta take the
kind of like the
Guardians,
bro.
Honestly, I like the over.
They're $1. They're plus $1.35 right now. Texas minus $1.48.
Mm-hmm.
And they just got blown out, dude. I expect a big bounce back. Cleveland. Remember what I said before the All-Star break, dude. Terry Francona, since 2016, the best record in the second half of all managers, dude.
In league history, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro gets his teams to play the best second half of the season.
The over-under is 9. I actually like that. I might take the over, honestly. Because this dude, Andrew Heaney, is a walking time bomb. He can give up 5 to 7 easily.
He is, but Gavin Williams, he has the stuff to shut lineups down, and I'm definitely expecting regression from the Rangers, dude. There's no way this back half of the lineup continues hitting like they have, dude.
Yeah, and he's due to shut somebody down because his second start, he won 2-1, pitched 7 innings, gave up no runs, and struck out 6. His last 2 starts, he gave up 3 runs and 4 runs. But one was against Atlanta, which I think him only giving up 4 runs is damn good as a rookie.
Yep.
And he pitched 5 innings against the Royals and gave up 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks. I think he might be due for a big start because Man, this dude is nasty, man. 6'6", 250 pounds.
Yeah, and he only has a 1.09 whip, dude. He just gotta keep the ball in the park.
That's all he has to do.
And I know we're saying that against a Rangers team, but it's like, dude, come on, bro. Like Gavin Williams has good enough stuff to do it, dude.
He definitely does. Honestly, the more I look at this game and looking at Haney in his last couple starts,
Dog
yeah, I
shit.
think for the price, you got to take the Guardians, honestly.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Like, well, I mean, regardless of Haney's last 4 starts, I mean, this is a guy we knew wasn't gonna be as good as he was last year.
Yeah, and on top of that, we've been saying the Rangers are due from professional regression. The way they hit the first half was just at a fucking historic pace. So, and I don't think that's going to continue. The top of the lineup, maybe, because Seager, Simeon, Garcia is finally having a breakthrough year. Is this really a breakthrough year? He's just hot. So,
Agreed. 100% agreed.
so yeah, let's take the Guardians. Their second half team. I think they're gonna stay at their second half pace. And honestly, they got what it takes to run away with this dog shit division. So
I agree, dude. 100% agree. All right, let's move over to our next game. We got the Diamondbacks against the Jays. So the Jays won today 7-2. Ryan Nelson against Jose Barrios. Barrios really good at home. We got Zach Gallen on the mound tomorrow for the D-backs. 3.04 ERA. He's 11-3 on the year with a 1.05 WHIP. He'll be opposing Kevin Gausman. So these are arguably the two front runners for Cy Young in their leagues, going head to head tomorrow.
And what's the over under? Is it 7.5 or is it 8?
Probably 7.
If it's 7,
I'm seeing 7.5.
Over.
I'm seeing 7. I'm seeing some 7.5s and some 8s, dude.
Okay. If it's 8, I say you pound that under because both of these dudes could go 7 innings and not give up not one damn run. But if it gets to like that 7.5, 7 range, you can always look towards the over because once these starters go out, the bullpen might be susceptible to giving up some runs, and we all know that both of these bullpens aren't that good.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks bullpen is kind of because of the injuries too, because some of their best high leverage guys are out right now. Hopefully, they're getting them back within the next couple weeks.
Yep.
Let's see. On the injury report, yeah, Sosa's still out. Wait, they back. Mantiply is no longer listed on the injury report, but Rojas is day to day, and Merrill Kelly's on a 15-day DL. So hopefully they can get him back soon. Another big thing to look out for: Jordan Romano is day to day. So I don't know if he's pitching tomorrow.
Yeah, he had like back spasms in the All-Star game.
Yeah, because he didn't pitch. So yep. We'll throw off a mound before Friday's game against the Diamondbacks to test out his back. Yeah, back spasms are nothing to play with, so he probably won't be pitching for. He'll probably move to the 10-day or the 15-day DL just to rest that back. Honestly, man, I can't fade. I can't hop in front of Zach Gallen right now. Dude is looking like the second coming of fucking Greg Maddux.
Well,
and even though he's on the road, I gotta take the Diamondbacks.
This is an interesting spot because I think
at plus 135.
I think the whatchamacallit, the All-Star game came at the right time for Zach Gallen because since June 11th, he's given up 16 earned runs in 39 innings pitched, 3.63 ERA, 4 xFIP. So I think that it was like he needed a reset, a little bit of rest, right? He did start the All-Star game and only pitched an inning, right? So basically a bullpen side session. He hasn't been good on the road this year. It's kind of been detrimental to him. He's been excellent at home. And when I say he hasn't been good on the road, I'm saying he hasn't been the same as at home. 3.49 ERA or 5.8 ERA, 5.08 ERA compared to a 1.48 ERA. So I do think that is something to look at. The Blue Jays hit righties pretty well. They are, let me see here. Let me get up the exact numbers. They're 6th in the league in WRC plus against righties, 110 WRC plus, 166 ISO, and a 751 OPS against righties. So that's something to look at. But also the Arizona Diamondbacks, they crush righties too. Like, they're not far behind. 105 WRC plus, 177 ISO. So a better ISO than the Jays have, and a 763 OPS. So better OPS than the Jays have against righties as well. And Kevin Gausman, on the other hand, like, he hasn't been too great in his last few starts either, if you think about it. He gave up 2 earned against the Tigers, 2 earned against the Red Sox. I mean, he's given up less than 3, but he's given up multiple runs a game. Gallen still has these games where he gives up 0, 1, but I don't know, man. Like, I think 2 things. We talked about this with AK the other night too, before we did the college football show. Like, I think the Diamondbacks are a team that I'm looking to back in the second half of the season. I think the Diamondbacks are a team I'm kind of looking to fade in the second half of the season, because I think there's regression coming from them on all fronts. But you're right, dude. It is tough getting in front of Zach Gallen. Irv, I just think there is regression coming for the Diamondbacks, so I do.
And I don't oppose you on that, but it's kind of hard to fade Zach Gallen, man. The way he looked in that All-Star game,
It's hard to fade Gausman too, though.
Yeah, but I think I put more faith in Gallen than I do Gausman.
Yeah, but Gausman on the road?
No, yeah, home, ain't he?
No, this is in the 6. Isn't that what they call it?
I thought the 6 was Toronto.
Yeah, this is Toronto, bruh. This is at the Rogers Center. Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, I thought for some, I don't know why the hell I thought it was in Arizona. I don't know. I gotta take Gausman. We're gonna be separated on this one.
I might honestly play the over.
Yeah. If you can get it at 7.5.
Because like you said, dude, I don't think either bullpen is like phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So if both starters give us 6 innings, which is what I expect, like they give up 2 runs each, that's 4. We just need 3 more from the bullpen. I think that's I like the over in this game, man.
Yeah, you got the over, and I got the baby snakes. Shout out to AK.
I also love overs in when aces play, because I feel like the market just like automatically pounds the under, dude. And it's just like it devalues the under and just gives you so much value on the over that I think the over is a play here, over 7.5. So I'll take over 7.5 there.
Mm-hmm.
And you like the D-backs. I lean the Jays, but I'm not willing to lay $1.50.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do think that the Diamondbacks are gonna be a team we're gonna want to fade.
Yeah, especially if our boy is hurt and we know he's not 100% and he can't affect the game the way he has the first half of the season. If Corbin Carroll isn't Corbin Carroll it was in the first half, yeah, you might have to pack the baby snakes up. I still think they hit the over though, for sure.
Oh, dude, it would take a miracle for them not to hit the over at this point.
Exactly.
They'd have to go on a
historic terrible run,
losing streak. Yeah. Which I mean, we've seen teams do. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I'm just saying it's pretty much out of the realm of possibility. All right, let's move into our next game. We got the Miami Marlins heading into Oriole Park at Camden Yards. They lost tonight 5-2 against Dean Mean Kramer. Sandy Alcantara once again not looking too great. every time we think he's starting to look good, he kind of fucking takes a couple steps back, takes one step forward, 2 steps back. I feel like every fucking start, dude.
Yeah, I think pitching in that that WBC, and I don't know if it's the pitch clock or just his arm is just tired from last year because he did pitch
Pitched
his
a
career
lot of
high
innings,
innings
dude.
last year. It could be a combination of that too, and not resting till the beginning of the season and doing the WBC. So that probably could factor in it too. But yeah, he's not looking like the pitcher he was at all last year. He's looking like a shell of himself.
Yep, he is not the same. And I think you're right on it, dude. I think the innings he pitched last year mixed with like doing the WBC this year, I think it kind of just all caught up to him, and it's just not good. But if you honestly think about it, like last year he had a career year.
Yeah.
You know, this is the year he's having this year is kind of the guy he's always been.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe next year he kind of like is a little bit better, but maybe he regressed back to the mean this year. Who knows? But that's where he's at. But tomorrow we got Braxton Garrett against Kyle Gibson. Braxton Garrett 3.7 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, going against Kyle Gibson 4.6 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP. Interesting thing about Kyle Gibson is like every time this dude has like he'll string together like 3 bad starts, and then everyone's like, oh, we gotta fade him, and then he'll pitch a gem, dude. 7 innings, 2 earned against the Twins right before the All-Star break. So I mean, it's just a funny guy to kind of handicap because you just never know what the fuck you're gonna get from him.
Yep.
And it really all has to deal with walks, dude. Like if he's not walking guys, he's very efficient, right? 14 Ks against the Twins, which everybody fucking strikes out. The A's had 13 Ks against the fucking Twins tonight. So what's your thoughts here on this game here?
1 second. This damn computer is trying to restart. And
We don't want that.
there we go. So I don't know, man. Who's on the mound tomorrow for our Orioles? Well, not
Kyle Gibson.
I just like betting them. They're probably my second favorite AL team.
Yeah, our Orioles, dude.
Who we got on the mound tomorrow? Tyler Wells?
No, Kyle Gibson, bro.
Oh, Kyle Gibson. Oh, just hopefully dude don't get. If he could keep the ball in the ballpark.
No, his thing is he just gotta not walk guys.
Oh wait, that's Kramer. Who's the one always giving up home runs?
Kramer gives up jacks.
Okay, that's the dude that gives up jacks.
Kramer did a great job tonight.
All right. Gibson just can't walk people. Braxton Garrett is a lefty though.
The Orioles hit lefties as well.
And that's what I'm saying. So do I trust Kyle Gibson not to walk guys and get guys out, or Braxton Garrett to go up against this tough left-handed hitter lineup? And the Orioles are at home, and they finished the first half hot. They came out and beat Sandy today. I don't see how you pick against the Orioles in this spot, honestly, because Braxton Garrett, he's a solid pitcher, but if he doesn't get run support and he has to go out there and pitch maybe 5 to 6 innings, because he has looked good as well. His last 2 starts, he gave up 3 earned against St. Louis and Philadelphia. Let's see who did they pitch tonight. Is that bullpen gonna be taxed tomorrow?
They threw Cano and they threw Bautista, but I don't think they threw them. I know Bautista. I don't even think he threw 16 pitches tonight.
Okay, the Sandy went 6. They only threw Garcia and Hoeing. Both only pitched more less than 25 pitches. So I don't think neither bullpen is taxed, honestly.
Yeah.
Cano only threw 16 pitches. Bautista threw 11 and had 2 strikeouts. So he bounced back nice from that All-Star game L he took on that home run.
God, why you got to bring?
Yeah, man, and I can't honestly fade Baltimore right now. They're hot.
They're hot, but I mean, like, they got to lose at some point, dude. They're not going to win.
Yeah, they got to lose at some point, but I just don't think it's tomorrow, especially against a lefty.
But Braxton Garrett, dude. If you look at Braxton Garrett, he's one of the best lefties in baseball, dude.
He is, but this lineup hits lefties.
They do.
And Alley's a switch hitter too, so.
No, they definitely do. They do hit lefties well. Let me see something. Damn, he's pretty good against Braxton Garrett's pretty good against lefties though, because you got to think like, you know, Gunnar Henderson, like he has to play every day now at this point. Like you can't fucking sit him against lefties. Jordan Westberg, obviously a right-handed hitter, he hits lefties pretty well. Santander, switch hitter. Austin Hayes, right-handed hitter. Adley, switch hitter. They'll probably play Ryan Mountcastle at first, who raked lefties before he went on the IL. So we should probably see him as well. Also, Braxton Garrett in the month of July, 10 innings pitched, 5.06 ERA. So kind of a good time for him to get to the All-Star break. But, I mean, he was excellent in June, dude. 28.1 innings, 2.2 ERA, a 2.33 WOBA against. Like, I like Braxton Garrett, dude. I'm very high on this kid. I think he's a phenomenal pitcher. In my opinion here, as your honorary Orioles fan and your honorary Marlins fan together, bro, like, if I'm going to take a side here, I'm definitely playing the Marlins plus money, or I'm not playing this at all. I'm not laying $1.20 on the O's with Kyle Gibson against Braxton Garrett. I think Braxton Garrett, much better starting pitcher than Kyle Gibson. I think both bullpens are good. Obviously, the Orioles have the better high-leverage guys, but both high-leverage guys were used yesterday, although they only pitched 27 combined pitches, so they'll definitely be available tomorrow. So if the Orioles have a lead going into the 8th inning, it's obviously over, which is tough to handicap, right? So maybe the play here is Marlins first 5.
It could definitely be a good handicap. I can definitely see that happening. Or take the first 5 under.
Yeah, but like I could see a scenario where Kyle Gibson gets shelled.
That too.
So that's a tough thing, dude. So I think Marlins first 5 is the play here. I like Marlins first 5. I can fuck with Marlins first 5. All right, let's move into our next game. We got the Cincinnati Rojas, the Reds, against the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Brewers just seem to have the Reds number, bro. Like, I swear to God, the Brewers just don't lose against the Reds, dog.
Unless it's a fucking slug fest.
Yeah. And tomorrow we got Freddie Peralta, 4.7 ERA, 5-7 on the year, 1.3 WHIP, going against Alex Abbott, 2.38 ERA, 4-1 on the season, 1.03 WHIP. Currently, this is basically a pick 'em most spots, minus 120 Reds, even money for the Brewers. The total's at anywhere between 9.5, 10, depending on where you shop. What's your thoughts on this one, Irv?
Abbott is pretty much their best pitcher. They do have to bounce back. Thing about Freddie Peralta, he's consistent, but dude has given up 16 home runs. And the Reds are a team that can definitely hit the ball out of the park. So you got to keep an eye on that. If he's not locating his stuff, they might shell his ass. So he definitely got to look into that. Abbott, he's decent, but the Brewers have been hitting lefties a little better. But his last start against Milwaukee, he gave up 6 runs in 4 innings, so he got shelled. So could he bounce back, or is he's going to continue to get swatted by the Brewers. So with this game, honestly, I might have to look at the over because Peralta, he's good at home, but we know he can get he definitely can be had.
I think
Wait.
I think the one thing about Andrew
Oh
Abbott,
wait, Peralta's on the road. Damn. Yeah, you might want to take this over.
the one thing about Andrew Abbott, which I said for like 5 starts in a row, this dude, he had a left on base percentage of 100% through his first 4 starts. Like he'd walk the bases, he'd get bases loaded, and somehow he would get out of it, dude. And it was unreal, dude. There was no way to sustain it, which is why his advanced numbers, his Sierra was high, his xFIP was high. Like it was just unsustainable production you were getting. Like he has a 2.38 ERA, 4.36 xFIP now. We saw it in that Milwaukee game, 55.6% left on base percentage. So like he was getting into trouble, but he couldn't get out of it. Finally, regression hit. You know what I mean?
In the Brewers pitch, Peguero, High Amps,
Mm-hmm.
and Devin Williams. But they didn't throw a lot of pitches 13, 12, and 14, so they should be available tomorrow.
Yeah, and Devin Williams has been he's shown he can go 3 days in a row. So
Yeah.
that's a guy you gotta keep an eye on.
Honestly, both these starters are pretty much ticking time bombs, so I might have to look at that over, honestly.
The over might be in play.
And the Great American Ball, and we had the Great American Ballpark where hitting is
Great American Small Park, dude.
yeah. It can be
Um, the Brewers have been much better offensively the last month of the season. I kind of have this feeling where like Milwaukee has a very veteran laden clubhouse, dude, and like Christian Yelich is playing really well. Willie Adames is playing better, but I think they all kind of sense like, hey, we could win this division, dude, and make the playoffs. Like if we continue playing well, I think they all kind of feel it. However, and on top of that, I think the Reds are a team. You know, I talked about this the other day too. I think the Reds are kind of a team we can look at to fade for the rest of the year. However, I don't like Freddie Peralta on the road. That's like the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, I think if I bet anything on this game, it's probably gonna be the over. And plus, this game finished 1-0 today, so both of these lineups are due to have some have some hitting done tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I do think that the Reds lineup, like, we're gonna see regression, dude. Like, they had rookies, like, just crushing the ball, dude. Like, those guys are gonna come down to earth a little bit, Irv.
Yeah, the other two, I don't think Ellie is, but
Yeah, I mean, he'll go through struggles though. Like, he's not just gonna be
he's
great
gonna
every
he's gonna
game.
struggle, but I think he's gonna be all right. I think he'll work his way through it. But honestly, I just think I don't know. I just feel like both these pitchers can be had, man. And we know what Peralta been on the road all year. When he's not pitching at home, he's not been good. So, and your boy Abbott, like you said, he loves getting runners on, getting the bases jammed. So,
Yeah,
they
I
just
mean,
do the
I'm with you. I might look at that over. I also might look at the under though. Like I played the under today in the Reds Brewers game in Great American Small Park. Graham Ashcraft was on the mound. He only gave up 1 run. Ended up being the fucking. Actually, he didn't even give up a run. He pitched scoreless game. The bullpen gave up the run. Biggest problem with the Reds is like their bullpen outside of their top 2 guys is absolute dog shit. But I mean, you could say the same thing about the Brewers.
yeah. Their bullpen ain't that good either.
So
And
like,
both of these starters might not go long. So
what time's the game at tomorrow?
that game is at 4:10.
So it's at night. Well, the ball doesn't
The
carry.
ball carries at that damn park no matter what. So
Yeah, it's small too. Great American Small Park. I mean, honestly, if I were to play this, dude, I honestly might play the Brewers in this spot just because I do think there's more regression coming for the Cincinnati Reds.
okay.
And we got a lot of AK fans in the chat.
I can't see the chat.
People saying, I heart Aaron. Aaron. Maybe they think you're Aaron, dude.
Nah, they know I'm not Aaron. Aaron doesn't have hair like this.
Oh shit, I love it. No, I mean, I might look at playing the Brewers, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Brewers, they're hitting the ball well. They have struggled against lefties for the majority of the year, but they do have a 110 WRC plus in the last 30 days against lefties, so they're hitting them better. Offense is putting up over 5.5 runs per game in the last 30 days. I do think there's a regression coming from the Reds. However, I do think the over is definitely in play given Freddie Peralta's struggles in the second or on the road this season. It's a tough game because I mean you look at Freddie Peralta's numbers, dude. It's like it doesn't say that he should be getting shelled, but like for some reason on the road he just hella struggles, dude. I don't know why or what it is, but he really does. The over under at 10 though is a lot, Irv.
Yeah, it's 10, but
Like Freddie Peralta since May 15th, he's given up 2 runs or more in every fucking start.
It's the Great American Small Park, though.
Freddie Peralta since May 15th, 5.79 ERA, dude. Maybe the All-Star break resets him though, you know? I don't know, man. Like I feel like the Brewers are going to win this division at this point. I really do. I think this is a big game for them. And they're so good against the Reds, dude. Like, they own the Reds. It's actually crazy. 7-3 in their last 10 against the Reds.
Yeah, I think the Brewers might have a number.
It's one of those situations, just like the Reds are just little brother right now, dude. Corbin Burns was excellent today.
Did they throw our boy today, Alexi Diaz?
You know, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised in a 1-0 game, but at the same time, like I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't either.
Mm.
Did you look at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Load, you damn phone.
I don't think they did, dude.
And they probably didn't.
I only watched part of the game. I was at Pace's Ballet, so I was mostly watching the Orioles game.
Did you participate in ballet today?
Bro, I got 2 left feet, dog. I don't be doing all
Did you
that.
got to put on your leotard?
Diaz did not pitch today, but
Oh,
Law pitched, who's their like one of their best relievers, and so does Sims.
And Sims, yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, it's probably a stay away game for me. I lean Milwaukee though.
Yeah, and I would lean the over.
But I do like 2 bets from the games we talked about.
Let's go, y'all.
So let's get to our best bets. Or what do you like?
My best bets is I'm going to take the Guardians money line and give me the Orioles money line as well. And if looking at the D-backs versus the Jays, I'll do a surprise. I'm going to take the first 5 and give me the under.
First 5 under 3.5. All right, I'm going Guardians, Rangers, plus 134. I'm going Miami first 5 money line, and I'm going over 7.5 D-backs Jays. Over 7.5 D-backs Jays. Guardians plus 134. Miami first 5 money line. I hate fading the Orioles, dude. And to be honest, every time I fade the Orioles, I always lose. So hopefully we don't do that tomorrow. Because I like that first 5 or Miami Marlins. Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us tonight. Sorry we came on late. We're West Coasters, though, so it is what it is. Make sure we'll be back. Tap in with us on Sunday. We'll be back with Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson. We'll be talking, through the first weekend of second half baseball action. Like I said, if the Angels go 0-3, we're going to be talking a lot about Ohtani, dude. So if you're interested in trade scenarios, futures, all that kind of stuff, definitely going to want to tap into that. We'll be back also next Wednesday with AK. We'll be breaking down the Mountain West Conference, which is a very interesting conference this year. So y'all have a very blessed weekend, man. We really appreciate y'all rocking with us. Subscribe to our YouTube, youtube.com, or just go to YouTube, search Taproom Sports Podcast right there, youtube.com/@Taproom Sports Podcast. You can get us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Taproom Sports. Instagram, Taproom Sports Podcast. Get us on Twitter. You can find Ervin at Ervin TSP. Find myself at Jordan Rules TSP. Once again, we appreciate y'all. Have a very blessed weekend, man. Happy birthday to Cherie. I love you.
Happy birthday, Cherie.
Yeah, we'll see y'all later, man. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Let's go.